Hi everyone, I just wanted to give you some information on the quiz for Word. So you have 2 days to complete the quiz, and the quiz is in the format of the Let Me Try activities that you've been completing in your SimBook assignments. There are a total of 30 activities and you have 3 attempts for each. You have a total of 75 minutes to take the test. Now I've put 2 things in here for you. The first one is a Word exam prep. And the prep is an activity that is not graded. It's simply there for you to practice the skills that will be covered by the exam. So you can click on this link and it should take you into your book. Okay, and so this takes you to that activity. It's called a lesson in your book, but really it is a list of the topics, so you can look at the topics that are going to be on the quiz. So you see inserting footnotes and endnotes, adding borders and shading to paragraphs, working with comments, etc. And again, I want to emphasize this is not for grade, it's simply for your practice. So you can open up one of these, let's say adding borders and shading to paragraphs. And then when you come in here, you can do the show me, guide me, let me try on any one of these activities just to practice. So I'm going to do the let me try. And it says add shading to the weekly wrap header using blah, blah, blah. Okay, so click on this and add shading. And I think it was blue, lighter 80. Yes, it's this guy. Okay, and then again, you can just move on to the next activity, or you can go back to where you were. The other thing I wanted to mention is you can do this as many times as you'd like. So if you bring up the table of contents, it'll bring you up your list again. So, maybe you're feeling pretty confident with something like replacing text, but applying indents is not so good. So you can go in here and try that one. The other thing I wanted to emphasize is let me just close out of here and go back in. So I know this is going to look a little different for you, but from Brightspace, let's say you go back in. It might reset for me, but for you it should not. Okay, so when you go back in, you might see a check mark saying that it has completed the task. Now it resets for me every time because I'm an instructor, but you can click on it again and then you can do the task again if you want. And you can do this as many times as you would like. As I said, the prep is simply there for you to practice the skills. And then when you're ready, go ahead and take your exam. Now, it should generally take you, I would think, about 30 minutes, maybe right around there. I don't think you're going to need the full time, but I did give you 75 minutes if in case you need it. So please look over your materials. If you have any questions before you get started, let me know. Just keep in mind that you do have 3 attempts per activity, but you only have 1 attempt for the entire quiz. So once you start it, you must see it through until you're finished with it. All right, so as I said, if you have any questions or concerns, let me know.